everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Princess Educator. My real name is Alexis, and I'm so glad that you are back, or if it's your first time, hello, how are you? And so today in this video, I want to give you guys tips on passing your observation for your CDA portfolio or your CDA credentials. So it doesn't matter if you are teaching with toddlers, infants, preschooler. I want you guys to take these tips along on your journey when you are doing your observation visit. I want you guys to be ready. I want you guys to pass. So I am here to help you guys achieve that milestone so you're able to be called a certified educator. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, number one. Make sure you bring your CDA portfolio binder and your CDA textbook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you. Okay, so this is the CDA textbook. So this is one of them that they have. This is the preschool edition. So if you are trying to get your credential in infant toddler, it's like a yellow type of book. Go ahead and bring that on the day of. Now you're asking why I'm not using it. I'm done with my portfolio. I already typed all of that. I am ready. But you will need a few pages that's inside of this back of this book that you will need to tear out, and you will need to answer them or fill it out while the PD specialist is there. So make sure you bring this with you on the day of. I recommend the day before, but make sure it is there, okay? Another thing that you will need is your portfolio binder. Whether you did it e-portfolio, whether you did it on your tablet, whatever, bring that there the day of. I recommend you guys to have the binder format because it's easy to update, change. Like you can literally just give it to your PD specialist on the day of, just hand it to her or him, and they can just flip through it, okay? So I recommend the binder portfolio. So this is what mine look like. If you would like more of an in-depth video, it's not in-depth, but it's like a sneak peek. I did went over it just a little bit, so this is what it looks like. I don't want to stay on here too long, but yeah, so this is what it looks like. I do provide a template for it in a ready-to-print bundle if you're interested in that. But let's go ahead and put this to the side. Be mindful of scheduling your observation visit. So you're wondering why. So one of the key things I want you guys to notice, you notice that your coworkers call out on Mondays and Fridays. Like that coworker, she's always calling out because her stomach hurt. Something is going on Mondays and Fridays. Now those are the days that I call out days, or the staff coworker call out days. I don't know what it is about those 2 days, but a lot of people want a 3-day weekend, or they want a extra 3-day weekend for that Monday. So I recommend you guys to avoid Mondays and Fridays. Okay, please avoid those days. Now if you do not get a lot of call outs on Mondays and Fridays, I recommend avoiding other days that you notice that your coworkers call out. So notice that. So make sure you do not schedule your CDA observation visit on those days. Now, step number 3. I want you guys to be very, very smart about scheduling your date and your time. You do not want to schedule your observation visit on a day that is very busy. So I don't know if your preschool has a event calendar already posted up inside of your break room or the parent board, but make sure that you're looking at that as well. You probably want to do it on the 30th of October the 30th. But you guys are doing your Halloween party on that day. I don't know if it falls on a weekday, but let's just say it does. And the kids got their costumes on and it's tearing here and there. That is a lot of drama. So we want to keep it, at bay and not have someone who's also making us nervous watching us. So I recommend avoiding those days. Just plan a day where there's nothing really going on except for your curriculum and your activities that you are planning for that day. Now, I also would like to add that be mindful of the time. So, let's just say if your preschool drop off time ends at 9 o'clock, you would like to schedule your visitor to come at 9:30. You want to have at least 30 minutes of space between that time. We'll have parents that like to come in late. Depending on who's up front, they will probably let them in. They probably already called an hour ago or 30 minutes ago and said that I'm running late. Who knows? So I would like to recommend you guys to schedule it like 30 minutes after your drop off time begins. If you work at a preschool center that does not have any endless time limit for that, I recommend 9:30 as well, or pay attention to a time where it's kind of like settled. It's like everybody's in. We don't have any frequent drop off at this time. So I recommend that. I do want you guys to be mindful of what are you doing during this time. So let's just say your circle time starts at 9:30, maybe 9 o'clock. That may work for your center or your operation. But those are just one of my tips. That's what I follow and that's what I recommend. All right, tip number 3. I feel like I'm on tip 5, but tip number 3, alert your coworkers and your admin about your observation visit date and time. So it's kind of like a 2 weeks notice. I do recommend you guys to give them like a 2-week notice, then a week notice, and then a 3-day notice and a day notice so they can know what is going on. It's just a courtesy call that I like to give, with my coworkers or things like that. If I have some plan and we're working in the same classroom and they're going to have my students for a few minutes, I would like to keep them, afloat so they can know what is going on. Just like adults and children, we like to know what is about to happen. So let them know. So just go ahead and tell your admin, hey, I will be having a CDA observation visit on this date, this time. So she's probably going to be here about 4 to 6 hours. It all depends. So I will probably need someone else to come in the classroom around this time, so they can go ahead and take care of my kids while she's pulling me out and we're just going over the portfolio proportion. Okay, so you can just go ahead and tell her or him that so they can be aware. All right. So tip number 4, I recommend updating your lesson plans. So inside of your binder, there is a proportion where you have to put inside your weekly lesson plans. Now, that is just like a sample, but I also want you guys to have your weekly lesson plans printed out inside of the binder as well. I don't know if you guys watch a sneak peek, but go ahead and watch that. But I did mention that in that video, so go ahead and print that out and have it inside of your binder so your PD specialists can look at it and they can just, skim through it and all that. I also recommend printing out your classroom schedule and putting it inside of your portfolio binder as well. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like there's just extra brownie points and I like to be organized. So that is one of the things that I recommend you guys to place inside of your binder. All right, so tip number 5, prepare your materials for that day of your observation visit, the day before. So I recommend you guys to adopt this quality no matter who's coming, who's not coming. If your lesson plans are due on Thursdays at 11:59 a.m. with p.m. with a.m. 11:59 a.m. before noon, I recommend you guys to go ahead and prepare those materials for that next week. So that Friday of, go ahead and collect your materials. If you know that you're going to, since we in Halloween, you're going to glue eyeballs on green piece of paper to make the monster. I don't know. It's just an example in my head. But if you guys know that you are planning your students to complete that activities, go ahead and have the glue stick ready. Go ahead and have the yarn ready for the bees or the Cheerio cereal or whatever. So go ahead and have those materials ready for that next week. So when that day come or Monday comes, you're not stressing and scrambling. Sometimes you will probably need to put in a supply request. It all depends on your preschool. I'm not really sure, but go ahead and make sure that you have all your materials ready for the date of your observation visit. And I say, just in general, have them ready the day before anything. The day before, if it's Tuesday and you're preparing for Wednesday activities, go ahead and have Wednesday activities materials ready as well. All right, so number 6. So I know that this tip is so basic but simple, but it's very vital. Make sure that you have a structured classroom management system. So you're probably a lot of you probably like, what are you talking about? But a lot of people do not have a positive classroom environment as they think they do. I have been in that position as well. You would like to have a positive relationship with your students. So you want to be able to have control of your classroom without raising your voice, or you know or without you want to have a plan where you're able to redirect your students if they are misbehaving, because yes, just like any state visit or visitor, they're grading you, they're grading your reaction, they're grading your techniques and how you're coming out of this student who does not want to put up the blogs or whatever. So you would like to have a positive interaction and rapport with your students. So you say, hey, we do not bite our friends, we do not throw blocks, it's time to clean up. They already know how you are, and that you have their best interest at heart, so they're able to listen to you no matter what you say. So I do recommend you guys to have that. I know for the requirements to get your CDA credential, you will need to be in childcare in that age group for about 3 months, pretty much. But I feel that you would like to give yourself a little time to make sure that you have a strong relationship with your students. I'm telling you for a fact, because if they're acting up, you would like to have some type of technique to calm them down, okay? Because the person who's grading you is grading you on all of your techniques, how the child is responding. So I'm telling you this for a fact, because on the book that I was telling you guys about, they're grading you guys on everything. And I should give you guys a sneak peek of what it looks like. So when I received my CDA, it was during the pandemic, so they were not able to go to a center, so I had to do mine virtually. So I had my phone like I have now, and it was on a tripod on Zoom, and we was live, so it was live. So I put her in the area where she could see everything, the whole classroom. So it was weird, but I had to do what I had to do. But if you are doing in person, right now, this is what they're going to be grading you on. So they're going to tear out these pages out, and they're going to be grading you on your learning environment. The daily schedule and weekly plans are developmental appropriate. So all of that stuff that they're grading you on, you want to make sure that you are hitting those targets. They have the right review notes, observation notes. Like it's a lot. So it's a couple of pages that they are grading you on. So these tips that I'm giving you guys in this video, please take it. And it's more tips that I could give you guys, but I'm telling you, you would like to be on point on that day. So let me go ahead and finish this video before I start talking up a storm. So let's go ahead with the next tip. All right, so tip number 7. So like I mentioned before, you would like to make sure that you are updated on the childcare best practices. So you would like to know all of that stuff, and also your state standards as well. So make sure that you know the cleaning procedures, the diapering procedures, or if you are working with that age group, making sure that you are having a positive classroom management technique. Make sure that you have all the toys are on the shelves and not up on a cubby, or what you call those little cubby things. Make sure that the toys are not up there and you have to put them down. Make sure they are where they're supposed to be at. So all of that stuff plays a factor of providing a amazing learning environment, and make sure that you get a high score on your observation visit. Okay. So yeah, so you would like to make sure that your classroom is maintained, and I'm not just talking about your classroom management. Make sure that the classroom is clean as well. So if Billy has spilled something, trying to pour his milk out in the sink, make sure that you're going over there and getting those paper towels and cleaning that up, so it will not cause a hazard. Because like I said, you guys are going to have your visit in person. Of course, I have had site visits beforehand, but they're walking around that classroom. So make sure that everything is on point. I'm telling you for a fact, because they are watching you. Even when they're looking down, they're looking at you. So make sure that you are staying up to date. All right, number 8, make sure that you are talking, interacting, playing, and talking some more. So make sure that you're talking. And like I said, these tips that I'm giving you guys in this video, you should already do that anyways, no matter who is coming. But make sure you're talking. Talk through the steps that is going on. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start diaper changing. Who would like to go first? Like that random example is what you do pretty much all the time. And if you are going to do diaper changes, if you working with toddlers and under, go ahead and say, all right, man, come on, let's go ahead and get diaper changed. I'm about to lay you down, and then you could go play. Now, of course, you can talk through the steps. I don't want to do that in this video, but you can talk through the steps. I'm wiping you, I'm applying your cream on, things like that, and just talk through the steps when you are doing basic daily duties. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and line up to go outside. So it's just small things like that. So you would like to talk and interact. All right, so last tip, you would like to stay calm. Okay, stay calm. Just like any other visit, me as well, when someone is there watching you with this clipboard or whatever, it is nerve-wracking or wrecking. You would like to make sure that you are not focused on what they're doing. Focus on your students. That is the biggest priority that we have in childcare or education period. Focus on your students. They are your greatest distraction. Okay, they're your greatest distraction. Focus on them. I know that this person that's watching you is making you nervous, but don't focus on them. Focus on them. Okay, so that is the last tip that I have for you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment down below or email me. But yeah, you guys, I know you guys got it. I know that you're going to get this credential. I know a lot of you already received your credential already, and I'm so proud. But yeah, so if you need any help for the exam portion, because I know some of y'all like, okay, what about the exam? I do have free CDA exam prep videos on my YouTube channel, so go ahead and go up to my feed and you'll see all of that. So go ahead and practice using those. Read your textbook. That is one of the ways of passing the exam. So that's all I have to say, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.